Now, we just got an announcement, or maybe more so a teaser for the new AYN Odin Thor. And I'm really excited about this. As you can see here, it's going to be powered by most likely the Snapdragon 8 Elite. It is a clamshell dual screen device, more than likely going to be an Android device with hopeful support for Linux probably in the future. But I am just really excited. If you've watched my videos in the past, you know how much I love things like the AYN Portal. And I think that they really make great quality stuff. And this is really exciting. And it does seem like, at least for Android, as far as what we're able to do with things like emulation, we're pretty capped out at the moment. You know, we've seen some developments in things like Wii U, but as far as like big strides, it's kind of slowed down over recent years. So it seems like a lot of these manufacturers have taken to giving us more in terms of the actual physical device. And I do like that. As you've probably noticed, you know, dual screen devices and clamshells, both separately and together, have been on the rise in the last year or so in the handheld market. And it's really cool to see AYN step into that kind of space because honestly, everything that they do, they just really do to excellence. And I'm really, really, really hopeful that this will probably be, you know, a little bit cheaper than some of those really expensive x86 based dual screen devices, but also, you know, offer all the premium features that we're looking for. Now, in my mind, there is no doubt that this is being made as a direct competitor to the AYANEO Pocket DS, which is another dual screen Android based clamshell. And right now on their Indiegogo, they still have 59 days left, and you can actually pick one up for a 23% off discount for the base model for only 401 USD. So that's actually a really, really good price, especially for an AYANEO device because they tend to be a lot more expensive. So I'm really curious which way AYN is going to go with their device. Are they going to maybe make this more of just a similar form factor and, you know, as theirs, but then use the same power scope and specs as the Odin 2 with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, since that chip was plenty powerful enough for pretty much everything you could do on Android? Or are they going to kind of, you know, put the chipset in that they're looking to use for the Odin 3, which I'm speculating and others are speculating as well would be something like the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Either way, it's really exciting to see, you know, competition in the space. And it's interesting also to see how quickly these competitors go at each other or, you know, kind of take each other's ideas and inspiration and kind of just compete to see who can make the best device that is very similar to another device. Because, yeah, it's crazy how fast this is all moving. I remember back in the day, you know, when emulators came out, we had like a solid like year of a device being like the definitive best device. And now there's just so much competition. And if we go over to AYN's website, there is no mention of either the Odin 3 or the Odin Thor. All that we have here is basically that video from YouTube. But visiting their website, looking at the Odin 2 portal, my hopes, my wish list for this device is that we get that display. I don't think that's too much to ask for considering the competition is also going to be using a 7-inch AMOLED display. So if we get the, you know, OLED panel that we had from the Odin 2 Portal, I'm going to be really excited. Again, I don't even care if this thing isn't more powerful than Odin 2. If it was essentially just another Odin 2 iteration, I'd be totally fine with that as long as they keep, you know, the pricing all in line and everything like that. But I'm really excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new here. We'll try to get one of these sent over to the channel. If we can't get one sent over, I'm sure I can either borrow one from a fellow YouTuber, or if I have to bite the bullet and purchase one, I think it's without a doubt I need to have this thing. So I'll probably end up doing just that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.